Hi, I'm Michael Josh, and this is our special year-end edition of TechRap. Today, we count down the top 10 tech stories of 2012.
Number 10. In January, 2 anti-piracy legislations were proposed in the United States, including the Stop Online Piracy Act, or SOPA. The proposals aimed at giving the entertainment industry the power to shut down sites with pirated content and to sue US-based blogs, forums, directories, and/or search engines that had links to these sites. But the internet community cried censorship, and in one of the largest online protests, campaigned against it. On January 18th, several sites, including Wikipedia, turned off for one full day in protest. On January 20th, the US Congress decided to shelve both bills indefinitely. In September, the Philippine Cybercrime Prevention Law was put into effect that penalized cybercrimes such as hacking, identity theft, and spamming, but also included a provision that put into place tough penalties for internet defamation. Protests took place online, and in October, the Supreme Court issued a TRO that stopped the implementation of the law. At number 9, social media played a big role in the 2012 US presidential elections. Both Barack Obama and Mitt Romney ran strong social media campaigns. Debates were streamed live online, and conversations about each candidate happened real-time on Twitter. 31 million election-related tweets were recorded on Election Day. At its peak, over 320,000 tweets per minute. Twitter says it is their largest elections conversation ever. And at the finish line, Barack Obama's social media post accepting his victory became the most shared and liked in Facebook history and the most retweeted tweet ever. Number 8. It's been 6 years since we've seen a new gaming console. The Xbox 360 was released in November 2005. A year later, we saw the PlayStation 3 and the Nintendo Wii make their debut. There have been updates along the way in the form of accessories like Kinect for the Xbox and the balance board for the Wii, but nothing new and revolutionary. Fast forward to 2012, Nintendo steps up to the plate with its new console. At the center of the Wii U's gaming experience is the gamepad, which can either serve as a mirror display, meaning you can play on either the gamepad or on your TV, or used as a complementary device where additional game controls and features are easily accessible while the game is ongoing. Number 7. A few years back, the digital camera race was all about megapixels. But in 2012, digital cameras took a whole new direction. There were the smartphone camera hybrids, like the Nokia PureView 808, a mobile phone with a whopping 41 megapixel camera, and the Samsung Galaxy camera, which on one side looks like your normal Digicam, but on the flip side is a fully functional Android phone. This camera phone shoots at 16 megapixels with 21 times optical zoom. What a monster! We also saw compact digital cameras move further into the pro space, allowing you to use the same lenses as your digital SLR. Our favorite was the Canon EOS M. Number 6. Mid-sized tablets are in. In October of 2010, Steve Jobs had poo-pooed the 7-inch tablet. He said, quote, 7-inch tablets are tweeners, too big to compare with a smartphone, and too small to compete with the iPad. 7-inch tablets are dead on arrival. Looks like he was wrong. 2012 saw the popularity of the mid-sized tablets rise, with the Google Nexus 7 and the Amazon Kindle Fire leading a slew of releases from other manufacturers. In October, Apple finally jumped onto the bandwagon with what arguably is the best iPad yet, the iPad mini. Number 5. Microsoft took bold steps this year with the launch of Windows 8, Windows Phone 8, and its own iPad competitor, the Surface. Windows got a complete overhaul, saying goodbye to the Start menu, and it looks like they might be phasing out the desktop as we know it. In its place, a more touch-friendly tiled user interface was introduced. That same interface can be seen on Windows Phone 8 that saw a big push this year with great models like the Nokia Lumia 920, the HTC 8X, and the Samsung Ativ S. Number 4. Patent war. In the ring, Apple versus Samsung. For most of 2012, both companies were at each other's throats. Apple sued Samsung for copying iPhone and iPad patents and using them in their line of smartphones and tablet devices. In August, a U.S. federal jury found Samsung guilty of patent infringement and ordered the South Korean company to pay Apple over $1 billion in damages. Apple is asking that infringing Samsung products be banned from sale in the US. But it does not stop there. The patent war is global, with similar lawsuits filed in 8 other countries. In August, Samsung won a minor battle on home soil when a South Korean court found that Apple had infringed on Samsung wireless patents. In October, Apple lost an appeal to overrule a decision by a UK High Court stating that Samsung did not copy Apple's iPad in its line of tablet devices. Apple was made to issue a statement on its website clarifying the matter. Number 3. 2012 saw the rise of Android devices. According to analyst firm IDC, Android's market share reached 75% in the third quarter of 2012, fueled mostly by the popularity of Samsung phones. Samsung accounts for anywhere between 31 to 35% of the smartphone market share. In the Philippines, there are also low-cost Android phones like those from Cherry Mobile, Star Mobile, and MyPhone that also pushed smartphone adoption further. Apple has about 14% of the market share. Samsung's dominance has pushed it to the number 1 spot among cell phone manufacturers in the world in terms of cell phones shipped. According to market research firm iSupply, by the end of the year, it will unseat Nokia from a 14-year reign at the helm of the cell phone race. At number 2, 2012 was the year of Instagram. Barely 2 years old, the mobile photo sharing app was acquired by Facebook for an unprecedented $1 billion in April. A few weeks prior, the app became available to Android users, ending the long-time monopoly of iOS. In September, Mark Zuckerberg announced Instagram had 100 million users worldwide. In November, it launched web profiles, allowing users to display their Instagram photos on the internet and giving users the ability to like and comment from a browser. December, Instagram disables Twitter card support, reinforcing rumors of a brewing mobile photo war between Facebook and Twitter. Then, a week later, they revised their privacy policy, saying that it had the right to sell user photos without compensating users. Angered users responded in droves, and Instagram was quick to revert back to their old policy, but not until some prominent users had left the service, with millions more uneasy about its future. And our top story of the year, record-breaking YouTube. In 2006, Time magazine celebrated creators of user-generated content, naming You Person of the Year. Fast forward to 6 years later, and the YouTube experience is richer than ever. Extraordinary, normal people from all over the world are publishing random videos on their own channels and are getting hundreds of thousands, even millions of views. This year, we also saw record-breaking videos on YouTube. Phoenix Baumgartner's Space Jump was the most viewed live stream on YouTube with 8 million concurrent views. And undoubtedly the biggest achievement was Psy's Gangnam Style music video, which hit an astonishing 1 billion views by December, just 5 months after it was uploaded, making it the most watched video of all time. In 2012, users watched more than 4 billion hours of videos each month, eating away at television's dominance, and giving us a glimpse of a not-too-distant future where the internet reigns supreme.
And that was TechRap. For news and updates, follow Rappler.com on Twitter or like us on Facebook. And if you have any tech questions or requests about what you'd like reviewed on the show, send me an email at techrap@rappler.com or a message on Twitter using the hashtag TechRap. We'll post a special show where we answer all your questions after the new year. And that's all for 2012, folks. I'm Michael Josh. Happy New Year, and thanks for dropping by.